I love so much that I believe is the greatest player to have ever played, Michael Jordan, is responsible as much as anybody for changing the game for the worse when you consider you. Stay with me on this. This is throwing no shade on Michael Jordan, of course. He's the greatest ever in my estimation, number one, all right? But he was so phenomenal that the NBA marketed the individual, the audience gravitated towards the individual, and the game became a bit more individualized because people wanted to be like Mike.
Okay, so that was Stephen A. this past Wednesday. Yesterday, Kevin Durant had something to say about it, tweeting this. My theory is guys like Steve, Skip, Shannon have changed the game for the worse. Players like Stephen and Michael can only push the game forward. Kendrick Perkins still here with us. Stephen A., obviously I'll come to you first. The floor is yours, sir.
Go ahead, Kendrick. Oh, you talking about me, Molly?
Yeah, I wanted you to start, just because he called you out specifically, your name.
Good. Let me say this, guys. Good Lord have mercy. When will they learn, Kendrick Perkins? When will they learn? You know, I don't really want to bring his name up, but I really have no use for him. But months ago and weeks ago, you had a guy like Stephon Marbury. Goes on video, social media, not eating Vaseline this time. He just had something to say. And he sat up there and said, I should be defunded. I shouldn't be allowed from talking back. I should be defunded. I shouldn't be allowed to talk basketball. What he left out was that he was the executive producer of the docuseries A Kid from Coney Island, which was about his life. And who did they call to talk to? That would be me. But I'm the same dude that shouldn't be allowed to talk basketball, except for when you wanted to promote your docuseries and then you want me to talk basketball. Kevin Durant comes out, and obviously there's no comparison between the two, but Kevin Durant comes out, and he sits up there and says, people like me make the game worse. Well, Kevin Durant and his company executive produces this new docuseries coming out, New York City Point Guards. Who they call? That would be me. So just from a fact-based purpose, it's amazing that no one cares about what I have to say, but they call me to say something. I find that to be a bit inconsistent, dare I say, Kendrick Perkins, Molly. I find that to be a bit inconsistent, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going to be very respectful because I happen to love Kevin Durant. I think he's the best player on the planet when healthy. And I actually think he's a very good guy. Bit truculent with his attitude and always got attitude about somebody. I mean, it's just unnecessary sometimes. But I still got love for him. There's nothing he could really say to me that's going to make me attack him or whatever. I think he's a phenomenal basketball player, a future Hall of Famer, a champion, a two-time NBA Finals MVP. And I'm always have love for him no matter what. The only reason I feel the need to address this comment, Kendrick Perkins, is because where did it come from? When I reached out to KD, he didn't want to answer that question, and that's his prerogative. And what he and I exchange between each other is our business. But I will tell you this. All I said was that Michael Jordan was so phenomenal that people focused on marketing and promoting the individual as opposed to team. And that didn't necessarily help the game of basketball to a certain degree because on many, many occasions we've lamented the absence of team basketball. That's all I was trying to say. Nothing more. I don't understand where it came from, but I will tell you this. Fellas need to get over it. Because as I said yesterday on Twitter, and I'll say again on national television, the Stephen A. Smiths of the world are not going anywhere. I'm here now. There'll be hundreds, if not thousands, that will follow. These guys don't want to talk. They don't want to be accountable. Who the hell are we to tell them anything? So watch the game, shut the hell up, and enjoy their greatness and make sure they get paid their money without giving any commentary whatsoever. You want to control the narrative all the damn time. You're not doing it. You don't get to get rid of us. We here and we're going to be here. Get over it because we're not going anywhere. I'm not talking about me specifically as an individual. I'm talking about the collective me, Kendrick Perkins, Ryan Clark, Swag Goo, Orlovsky, and everybody else in between, and Tim Legland, J.J. Redick, and all of these other guys. We're not going anywhere. And the last point, Kendrick Perkins, before I give it to you, I've repeatedly said this to players because I got many, many cats in the NBA, NFL, and beyond the world of professional sports that I'm very, very cool with. I got them on speed dial. They got me on speed dial. We talk all the time. They know I'm not talking about them. But for those like Kevin Durant or Kyrie or somebody else that don't want to talk, please remember something. I get paid to talk about you. I don't get paid to talk to you. I don't ever have to speak to any of y'all again in life. And I still get to do my job. Look at what I see and comment about it. That's what I get to do. Remember that. When in reality you actually do, because when you've had projects you wanted to push forward, you called me to participate. It wasn't the other way around. I'm gonna leave it at that, Kendrick Perkins. Floor is yours.
You know what's crazy to me is this. The crazy part about it is that they pick what they want to attack you with, or they pick on how they want to address you. Forget the 100 times you done praised a certain individual. You know what I mean? Like, it's a couple situations with me, far as even my good brother Russell Westbrook. I have been standing up for Russell Westbrook since I got into television. I criticized him a few times this season, which was warranted, and all of a sudden I turned my back on him. Or, you know, even with Kevin Durant. You talk about him, we talk about him being one of the greatest scorers of all time, and then the one time you criticize him or the one time you say something that he don't like, he come at you. But so you didn't even criticize him. But let me tell you what's going on right now. Okay? They have this new little wave of things that's going on that, quote unquote, you have to get the basketball player approval in order to be able to speak the game of basketball. Well, who the hell are you to tell me what I can and cannot say, or who the hell are them to tell Stephen A. what the hell he cannot say or what he can say? See, that's the problem that we have. You do not have to play the game of basketball or played it at the highest level to be able to talk the game of basketball. If you're a student of the game, you are a student of the game. I know a lot of guys that are in front office roles right now that are head GMs in the NBA that didn't play the game of basketball, but they are allowed to evaluate talent. And some of those guys, most of those guys, are very damn good at their damn job. Who are us to judge them? Who are us to say, how did you get this role when you never touched a basketball in your life? No, that's not how it goes. So at the end of the day, listen, I wouldn't dig too deep into it. Stephen A., I know you got tough skin, you ain't worried about it. But look, this is who KD is, okay? He come and he goes. He talked to me in 2 months or 3 months straight, and then he put me on the block list, and I block his ass right back because I don't give a damn. Because what I came to realize is this. I got 5 people that I got to approve, right? That I got to make sure is good. That's my wife and 4 children. Everybody else, well, I don't give a damn how they feel about Big Perk, and you shouldn't either. So carry on.
Well, you know me. You know me. Listen, I'm going to answer what needs to be answered, and I'm going to leave it at that. But like I said, I got love for KD. I think that KD is a great player, and I think that he's a great person. He don't get in no trouble. He don't engage in no nonsense. He's all about hooping and all that stuff. A little bit sensitive at times, whatever. You know how I feel about his mama. I love me some Mama Durant. So I mean, I'm not going to disrespect this, bro. I'm not going to disrespect this brother. But at the end of the day, it just amazes me the heightened level of sensitivity. And the reason why I think it's incredibly important to point this out. You know, I don't give a damn whether I speak to folks or not. They act like, you know what, if you don't talk to us, you hurting your feelings. You know the stupidity of some, not most, not all, but you know the stupidity of some of these modern athletes, and they don't realize this? The fact that you don't talk to us and the fact that you speak on social media actually makes our job easier because we're going to have content to discuss no matter what. You don't get to circumvent and get around folks talking about particular subjects. Apparently, it's the level of intellect that they have that never registers in their mind. If you perform, we get to talk about you. If you talk, we get to talk about you. What's up?
Stop, Stephen A. The game is to be sold, not told. Don't give up too much.
I'm just saying. The point that I'm making is that
don't give up too much.
I feel you. It is what it is, but I want to make sure that everybody understands. The brothers, the sisters, the professional athletes, the college athletes, all of that stuff. I'm going to support you and call it like I see it, but please be clear. We don't exchange Christmas gifts. We don't have Thanksgiving dinner together. I could give less than a damn if those who don't want to talk to me never, ever talk to me in life. I assure you, I will not lose 1 second of sleep over it. And I'm going to still come on the air and do my job. And that's talk about your performance, your legacy, your reputation, as it pertains to the game. I ain't interested in your personal life. As long as you ain't in the police blotters, it's none of my business, okay? But I am going to do my damn job. And if you walk right by me, if you don't even whisper at me, I could assure you I will give less than a damn. Be clear about that.
No, we know you have thick skin. Can I just say something really quickly, guys, before we go to break? How I took it when I saw those tweets and stuff, obviously no one really thinks we're being facetious when we're asking the question, and it was a specific angle, that the game's worse because of Michael Jordan, his airness, or Steph Curry. All right, and so no one's serious. It wasn't like a literal question in that sense. But I thought, and I don't know KD. I've never met KD. You guys obviously would know. I just thought he was joking. I didn't think that was serious. I thought he was just kind of joking. Like,
he wasn't joking. He wasn't joking, especially.
I thought he was just like having fun with it.
When you're attached to certain people in your life that tend to look down on others, you understand? Eventually, that has a contagious effect, and you'll start looking down on others because you're this multi-million. I mean, we talk about LeBron approaching $1 billion. Let me tell you something. KD, far from broke. This brother has established and accomplished great, great things in his life, and he's living up here. And he ain't the type of person that looks down on people. That's not his nature. But in the same breath, he is around some people who do. And you never know what kind of effect that could have on you in the moment. I don't know, but the point is, I don't care. The only reason I address the subject on this show, Molly, is for one reason. And you need to know this, Molly. Not that you don't know it, but I'm going to reiterate this in front of you. I know people don't like to hear this. Let me brag about us for a second. We've been #1 for 10 years straight. We're #1 right now. And as far as I'm concerned, we gonna stay #1 so long as I'm here. Just like you can't take away his 2 championships and his 2 MVPs, you can't take away the fact that First Take is the standard morning show in the United States of America. By the way, they air us in other parts of this world. By the way, they got a First Take in China, where they're airing me out there in China. You better ask somebody. We ain't going no damn place, whether you like it or not. You don't get to get around First Take, baby. We here. We here. And I ain't talking about the Knicks. I'm talking about First Take. Yeah. We here. Get the hell over it.
On that note, you know what I want to say to everybody?
Carry on.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for watching. All right, game 1 is in the